What's that, George? What would I use that for? It's just a plate. I can make a nice clock, Zippy, for Raoul's house. Raoul's house? What's that?
Yeah, do you remember I was doing this yesterday? Putting this skirting on. Lines up quite well down this side. Listen. That feels like a brick. That's stuck well. Thumbs up for no nails. I think I need to mix up a bit of plaster and fill these gaps across the top. I shall rake that out a bit and then we'll force it down so at least it's level, and then I can put a bit of ordinary filler, wood filler in the front, fill those where the nail holes were, fill the gap, and like the rest of it, that will all be ready to sand. But there's one or two places where there's holes here, see? So I need to get round and check and do those. What I was thinking of doing today, because I'm kind of struggling with backache, to be honest. Don't know why, but anyway, it's sort of, I'll put it this way, I'm not going in the loft, I just don't feel nimble enough. But what I'll do today is I will get this floor completely swept, and I'm going to mop this room so I can pick up all this fine dust that's now on the floor, as it's it will clean off, as you can see. But I can definitely do that today, and take the rubbish down as well, get the room generally cleared. But on a positive note, that big roll that I did through yesterday with the roller, done. It is a bit difficult on the exposure to see it, but I'll keep it up. Yeah, that's nice and even. I don't see anything patchy in this room at all now. Now, this wall, actually loads of discussions last night in my other half, because I want to put some downlighters in here, and to do that it means I have to get up in the loft. This is quite a big expansive room, remember, and there's loft insulation over the top of it, so not the easiest thing to get at. That loft insulation really doesn't like being rolled up, it just likes to spring back at you. But what we were thinking of doing is putting in 3 downlighters. 1, 2, 3. And a central light. And if at a later stage we think actually it would look better if we had more spots in here, we can put them in. But I think that would look quite funky. 3 spots up there, 3 downlighters, and a central light. And also it's less work for me because it means I can get this whole place wired up. So what do you think? Comments below. You know, if you think about it, with the spots up there and your curtains are all shut, it'll look nice, it'll light that end. And at some point I'll change that double switch for a dimmer. But otherwise I don't see any problem with that. I've had a chat with the carpet fitter. Oh, sagas. Well, his van's blown its engine. We've got about 3 or 4 weeks to get this sorted out. Hopefully he can sort something out in the meantime. So if we can get the carpet over here, then he can pop over and finish it, because he wants to get the job done. You know, he's got a roll of carpet there hanging around. So what have I got to do to finish? I have a cable to drop down here that should terminate on the landing. I'll get that done today. I'll do the spots tomorrow. That'll be my job tomorrow. But I'm going to get this room completely swept out, take all my tools out, put them in the other room, and mop this floor. Well, I'll hoover it first, get between the gaps, because I've got to have these boards up to drop in spots below, that sort of stuff. And I'm just sick of walking around in dust, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's looking a bit better. Probably need another mop tomorrow, and a bit of a scrape here and there. Especially around the edges, if there's any bits of plaster that's sitting on the floorboards. I'll make sure I get those off. Where this old fireplace was, they just left tiles in there, so I'm going to see if I can, because it would be concrete underneath, because it would have been a hearth, and see if I can replace that with a piece of wood that will slot in there. Better than the tiles, don't you think? Then just stick it down with no nails, whatever. Maybe a piece of thick plywood would do it. Last night I was reflecting on how the house has changed, well, since the beginning of Ralph's house. By the way, this pound here, that's my budget. Yeah, so I managed to find this. Actually, I didn't realise I'd got this footage, and this was from before even the central heating went in, and what the house was like to start with. So take a look. Well, as you know, I inherited my dad's house and everything that went with it, which is sort of bodge wiring and a central heating system that ran off the back boiler. So we've had to replace it all. So front radiators, back room. As you can see, I've gutted this place. Had to. The only thing left is piano. There you go. Oh, and a lot of sheet music, and actually that's not all of it. The rest of it is in the garage. Right, so there's that. There's an ancient kitchen that no one would want to use. And then going up the stairs, a very tiny and equally ancient and tatty bathroom, but with a brand new towel rail in it. Yeah, well, we'll get to that when we get to it. Back bedroom, where the boiler is going to go, up where that hole is. And I've just swept this out because it was full of brick dust about 20 minutes ago. And a small box room at the front with the new boiler in it. And front bedroom, which is rather large. Well, I think it is, for what it is. And all this wardrobe cupboard thing that my dad built, amazingly, which is all coming out. So that's a kind of tour of what I'm up to my eyes in. Yeah, definitely won't get a lot done today. My back does ache. And as I've said before, when you go up in the loft, you need to be like a damn gazelle. And I do not feel like a gazelle. Anyway, got the worst of the dust off here. I'll get a clean mop and bucket and give it another go probably at the end of tomorrow. And that will pick up more of the dust. I will have to crate a bit more because I'm going to have to sand down the skirting, but it isn't that bad. So maybe not bother mopping actually tomorrow. Get the sand around the skirting and try and get the primer undercoat on, because that'll look nicer. Yeah, and as I say, paper under the windowsill. Then come round once again with the emulsion, all the patches. I just said to my other half, it looks really, really white, but you know, I am 61 and your sensitivity to light is somewhat diminished, so I'm going to get my son, who's nearly 16, and get him to come and check, because he'll probably spot things I haven't. Yeah, so yes, we'll come back in the morning then, once all this is dried out, and I'm just going to potter about tidying a few things away, so I'm ready tomorrow. I'm going to have a good long soak in the bath tonight, limber my back up for the morning, because without a doubt I've got to get in the loft, come across this ceiling and come over to this side. Don't know whether to put, well, the plan was to put them here, sort of like, let's get the exposure right, 1, 2, 3, or could put 2 in on that bit. Be a bit silly maybe, I don't know. The only thing is, if you put 3 in there, you've got to bring them over quite a bit so this doesn't create a shadow. But then when you consider that the bed is here, the lights will more or less go down one side of the bed. Well, I don't know. And also for a central light, I'm not OCD, but one would really assume that as the middle of the bed's going to be there, the central light should be here, which is actually off-centre in the room. Come on, ideas down here. Let's show you the room. See what you think. The thing is, I've got the option for 2 lights. Now, one could be a central light, for instance. The second one could be for downlighters. You could have 3, 4, 5, 6, or you could have 3 downlighters one side, 3 downlighters the other side, and no central light. Lots of ways you could do it. Right, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave a comment. See what you think about all the lighting. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.